Ethereum is one of the easiest ways you can grow your money at the moment in any industry. It's relatively low risk and almost looks like a sure guaranteed thing at this point. And all the charts, all the news seem to show that Ethereum is going to have a major uptrend in the coming weeks. So if you like the sound of that, you can watch the video. I'm the Crypto Diet. If you've enjoyed my content so far, I'm on my third week of YouTube. Give me a like, give me a subscribe if you're enjoying my content. But without further ado, let's talk about Ethereum. So Ethereum has been burnt, almost 1 million Ethereum has been burnt since its implementation of the EIP 1559 since August. So we've got Ethereum, a very, very highly used network with a deflationary asset now, meaning that Ethereum is being burnt more and more. And I mean, if you have Ethereum, this is going to be very interesting to see how this is going to play out. The other thing as well to keep an eye on is how much total value of being locked is in Ethereum. Layer ones that have total value locked, and you can see, look at Binance number 2, $18.4 billion locked up. And if you look at Ethereum, 168, call it $169 billion of total value locked. What does total value locked means? It essentially means how much value is being staked or provided to people for lending. Basically, it just means how much value is actually locked in the network. It can't be easily moved out. It's locked up in there. Bullish sign. If you're seeing a network have a lot of value locked up, it means that the smart money, the institutional money, sees this as a really good investment. And I mean, just look at this numbers here. Ethereum is way above it. Now, if we look at the chart, we can see on the chart, this is comparing it to the USD on Binance. We've found support on this trend line a few times now. So I'll just zoom this in a bit for you. And I've drawn this blue horizontal line to show the old top that we had back in May before we had our big crash. And we've broken it, we've found support, but we dipped back down below it. The good news is Ethereum actually hasn't broken down that much. I mean, we're only 7% from its all-time high. Considering all the bad news that's been hitting these cryptocurrencies, ETH has been very, very stable. And if I'm gonna show you the Bitcoin chart soon, but when ETH is doing this, and in a bad time where news is pretty high up there, we've got the new variant up there, we had China FUD, we had all these kind of bad news, and ETH isn't getting hit at all, right? It's a very bullish sign. We've dropped on a 45 on an RSI, and I mean, usually with really good coins, they don't drop too much further than 45 on the RSI. So we're at 45 right now. This would be a good buying opportunity if you are looking at buying some Ethereum. I've also started to use the MACD. Now we can see on the MACD, the blue line is going under the orange line, which signals the bearish scenario, but I wouldn't be too bearish on Ethereum. This is just how it's playing out at the moment because it's down. The main reason why I use the MACD is actually for the histograms here to identify what kind of momentum we're in at the moment. Now, if I look at my Fib tool, you can see we've spent the majority of our time above the 50%, which is a very good time. This is how you know a coin is very good, when it spends a lot of the time above its 50%. And you can see we've pretty much been there the whole way through. Bull market is still here. And when the king of the alts is doing this, it leaves a very, very interesting scenario for things, how they're going to play out in the coming months with all the other alts. Now you can see here, this is the Ethereum to Bitcoin value. And you can just see we are starting to have our uptrend here. This is a clear indication that we're swinging up. RSI is going up. And you can see here on our MACD that our orange line is going above our blue line, signaling the more bullish scenario. So we know that Bitcoin still dictates the market. Whatever happens to Bitcoin will dictate the market, but we're starting to look a lot more at Ethereum on how that's going to affect all the alts, because we all know that it goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, then all the other alts. But what we're seeing here this time is that a lot of institutions and smart money are loving Ethereum. Now that doesn't mean you have to buy Ethereum. It doesn't mean that, you know, Ethereum is going to 20x from here and leave everything else behind. But what it's telling you is that a lot of confidence is in the alts at the moment. And once Ethereum really gets going, it's going to be a huge momentum shift for all of the alts. And it also shows that maybe institutions are not liking Bitcoin as much as we all thought. They're liking Ethereum a lot more. When you see all these alts getting hit, and you're seeing Ethereum do so well and not get hit that hard, like I said, it's all of the smart money that's interested in keeping Ethereum. And that's what's going to help us have that blow off top that we're all waiting for. Now, as for price predictions with Ethereum, I'm really interested to see how Ethereum will respond at the 50% mark in this orange area here. And that's between the 4,700 mark going up to about 5,000 American dollars. If we can have a clean slice right through here, that's a very bullish scenario, and Ethereum could do very well and get to that 15,000 to 20,000 American target that we're hoping for if it clearly cuts right through. If I see my bar go completely slice right through this orange, I'm going to be really happy. As for price targets, we know that cryptocurrencies typically like to go onto their 1.618 target, and that would take ETH to about the 7,300 US dollar mark. Of course, that doesn't stop there. We can get it at the 2 mark, and that would take it to about 8,000. And if we go really crazy, we start to have these price targets of 10,000, about 12,500. And of course, if we get really crazy, we're talking $13,500. However, we're not there yet. It's just something that could happen. Right now, for the short term, I'm interested to see Ethereum cross this orange bar. So Ethereum is a really easy way to make some money. If you've got a large chunk of money, I always tell people, if you've got a large chunk, you want to reduce your risk, Ethereum is an easy guaranteed return that you can get with very minimal risk. It's not going to give you the same sort of ride of emotions that people are familiar with. So it's a very beginner friendly coin. People who can't look at their portfolios, if you're someone who looks at your portfolio a lot and you always look at it, you're checking it every 5 minutes, you're watching it, Ethereum's a great coin for you because it doesn't move much on a day-to-day basis. It doesn't move up a lot higher, it doesn't move a lot lower. It kind of just stays in this relatively consistent basis. And that's what you're looking for if you're someone who struggles and FOMOs into coins and sells coins too early. If you have a bad track record with that sort of behavior, Ethereum's a good pickup because you'll get your incremental gains, maybe lose a little bit, but in the long run, you'll make significant gains if you can hold your coin for a few months, and it won't give you that psychological damage of looking at it every day, seeing it go up 20%, seeing it go down 20%. Ethereum doesn't do that. Ethereum doesn't do that. So I hope this video helped. It's a bit of a short one. All I will say is that clearly Ethereum is going to be ready to just burst at any moment now. We've got a deflationary asset now. We've got so much total value locked, over 168 billion in Ethereum. We've got the Bitcoin chart up. We've got the USD looking up. We've got a low pullback coming when compared to a lot of other coins. I mean, really, the only coins that are really beating Ethereum on a consistent basis is like Solana, Luna, and some metaverse coins. Other than that, Ethereum's a pretty good buy and institutions are loving it. So if you want to make some easy money, I'd be really considering Ethereum, not financial advice. But I'm going to leave it at that. If this video helped, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for another video.